All right.
Welcome everybody, this is Christian from Sterling Night Gamers, and I'm here playing with Jason, and we are going to do a preview game of the Superstar Destroyer.
Yeah, so this is not an official preview copy. This is a 3D print from Mel's Miniatures that a friend has lent for us to play test with today. We are taking a few liberties because not the full details are not fully released yet. We have the stats, we have the cards, we know what's going to come in the pack. We don't know the full actual length of the base, so we're doing an approximation of roughly about 12 inches long, or excuse me, 8.5 inches long. But the full base is going to be probably closer to 9 or 10. So it's not a perfect copy, but it's good enough to at least test some tactics on playing against the SSD, and then vice versa, how to fly the SSD. So what we've simulated today is a 500-point
Thrilling conflict
match. So everything's pretty much fully upgraded. Christian's got. Well, I'll let you talk about.
Yeah, so I have Defiance. It's the cruiser type that has a carrier build for it, but it also has the enhanced ion implements. It's Sato. So I have a lot of squadrons to change those into die. I have Salvation, which I'm hoping to turn the red into black, and then the black into the hit crit, and then with Salvation counts as another hit. Bright Hope, Bomber Command Center, and then I have a Scout MC-30, hoping to turn those two red die into black die and get an APT at long range.
Because you built a Sato build, right?
Yeah.
With all the crazy amount of fighters.
Yeah, I mean, your ship is always gonna I have two regular B wings and then Dagger Squadron. I have Sarah Bay just because she's great. I have Wessex. I have a Gold Squadron, a regular Y wing, Rogue Squadron, a regular X wing, and Janus Light to keep them all alive. A total of 10 squadrons and pretty heavy duty. Like it's a solid squadron list.
Yeah. So, and we'll have we don't have the best full resolution on the SSD cards, but we'll do the best we can. So for the SSD build, what I ended up putting together is I took the assault prototype. And for the 3 officer slots, I put Emperor Palpatine, Director Krennic, Damage Control Officer to take advantage of the 2 contained crits. And then for protection, because the SSD is probably going to its weakness is going to be fighters. So I put quad laser batteries on it for that counter. I did have point defense reroutes, but I got rid of those in favor of quad battery turrets. So I'm always going to be going slow. So I might as well have an extra die to throw at you.
Makes sense.
XI7s, of course, never leave home without them. And then I think the gunnery team slot in an SSD, I don't think you would ever put anything other than gunnery team.
Yeah.
Maybe flight controllers once in a blue moon if you did a carrier build.
If you didn't have gunnery team, I would put all the ships in the front arc.
Yeah.
And then have them slowly all move together along one side.
Yeah. So on that note, for those of you who may or may not be familiar with what FFG has released on the SSD, so the SSD counts as an epic ship. You get 3 attacks per turn. So if you have gunnery team, you can shoot 3 ships out of your front arc. Pretty awesome. Also, because it's an epic ship, it has a built-in strategic advisor. So I have the built-in ability to pass a turn if I so desire. And then last but not least, the executor title on the SSD, which is pretty important. So it's basically a Super Phoenix home. You can have any number of command tokens on the SSD, not bound by its command limit, and you're not bound to having only one type of each. So the executor title is pretty awesome. Rounding up the fleet, I was able to fit in 2 Gazantis with CommsNet, 1 Raider with Flechette torpedoes, Ordnance Experts for extra fighter screen, and then I only have 6 squadrons, but I tried to bring the best of the aces. So we've got Sienna Ree, Valen Rudor, and then Zertik Strom, and then like 4 generic TIE fighters just to mix things up a little bit. But very much the focus of my list is going to be the SSD just getting shots on target. So, but
yeah, and I only have 4 activations, and the fact that with the built-in strategic advisor, you had 5. So until I blow up a Gazanti or that Raider, you're going to have a pretty significant activation advantage. Now, once we get engaged, you're not going to want to use that strategic advisor, but I definitely want to try to pick off one of those Gazantis, even if it's my favorite. My favorite way to take out a flotilla is just ram it 3 times.
Yeah,
like the last tournament I played, I destroyed 2 Bright Hopes that way.
Just ramming them. I'm not gonna shoot you, so I'm just gonna ram you. Reduce damage on that. Why don't you? All right, so that's pretty much the overview. We're gonna roll right into the gameplay and see how this goes.
Yep.